In this video, we're showcasing 20 of the wildest concept cars that pushed every boundary imaginable. Number 1. The Citroën Carène. Ever seen a car shaped like a pyramid? In 1980, Citroën unveiled something so strange that people couldn't decide if it was brilliant or just plain weird. The Carène concept car completely threw out the rulebook on car design. Instead of the boxy sedans filling roads in the early 80s, designer Trevor Fiore created this triangular oddity with a windshield narrower than its base. What really made jaws drop was the 3-seat layout with the driver sitting front and center like a fighter jet pilot. No other production car had tried this arrangement before, except for the McLaren F 1 year later. The dashboard wrapped around the driver with all controls within fingertip reach. Revolutionary for a time when most cars had simple, flat instrument panels. Number 2. Lamborghini Athon. Fighter jet-inspired seating wasn't the only way designers shook up automotive conventions in 1980. That same year, Lamborghini and Bertone unveiled a concept car that looked like it had been designed with nothing but rulers and straight edges. Marc Duchamp, making his first statement under the Bertone brand, created something truly radical with the Athon. This wasn't just another wedge-shaped car. It was geometry made metal. The Athon's surfaces appeared sculpted from a single block, rising from a dramatically low front to a squared-off rear deck. When not in use, its headlights disappeared completely into the bodywork, maintaining that clean, uninterrupted profile. The interior was just as angular as the exterior. The open-air cockpit, completely roofless, featured a horizontal dashboard with rectangular digital displays instead of traditional analog gauges. The beige leather seats even had hexagonal perforation patterns, because apparently even the ventilation holes needed to follow the "no curves allowed" philosophy. Number 3. Nissan NX21. While geometric patterns dominated Bertone's design board, Nissan was living in the digital age with their 1983 NX21 concept. This wasn't just another futuristic showpiece. It was a rolling technology lab that predicted automotive features we wouldn't see for decades. The NX21's smooth, flowing exterior broke sharply from the angular boxes cruising streets in the early 80s. But the real magic happened when those split gull-wing doors swung upward and outward, solving a practical problem most exotic car owners know too well: trying to open doors in tight parking spaces. Step inside and you'd face a cockpit straight from tomorrow, with multiple LCD screens displaying vehicle information in formats you could customize yourself. The touch-sensitive controls eliminated physical buttons entirely, creating a clean, minimalist interior that made contemporary luxury cars look like antiques. Perhaps most fascinating was what powered this vision: Nissan's experimental ceramic gas turbine capable of burning various fuels including kerosene. Number 4. Ford Maya. While Nissan's turbine experiments pushed technological boundaries, Ford was exploring a different kind of innovation: a marriage of cultures. In 1984, Ford handed the keys to their American muscle car philosophy to Italian design master Giorgetto Giugiaro, creating something neither country could have created alone: the Ford Maya concept car. This wasn't just another boxy American car of the Reagan era. The Maya featured pop-up headlights and dramatically carved side intakes that channeled air to the mid-mounted engine. Those horizontal slats across the back? Pure Ferrari-inspired Italian flair that made this Ford look like nothing in the company's showrooms. Under the hood sat a 3.0-liter Yamaha-developed V6, later used in the Taurus SHO, while the interior featured a driver's cockpit that would make fighter pilots feel at home. The deeply bolstered leather seats with contrast stitching and the aluminum-topped shifter showcased a premium touch rarely seen in American sports cars. Number 5. Bertone Romaro Corvette. While Ford's Maya showed how an American brand could be reimagined with European flair, Chevrolet took this concept to a whole different level. The 1984 Bertone Romaro Corvette wasn't just a styling exercise, it was automotive sacrilege that transformed America's sports car beyond recognition. When Chevrolet handed their C4 Corvette to Bertone, the Italian design house didn't just tweak the styling, they completely reinvented it. The most immediate visual shock was the vibrant green exterior that earned it the name Romaro, Italian for green lizard. But the real innovation came in how you entered the car. Instead of traditional doors, Bertone created sliding doors that moved forward along the body sides. a feature almost never seen before or since in sports car design. By moving the windshield forward nearly 8 inches, Bertone dramatically altered the Corvette's profile while still using the original mechanical underpinnings. This wasn't just styling for styling's sake. It showed how radical thinking could transform automotive fundamentals. Number 6. Chevrolet Corvette Indy. Radical thinking wasn't limited to Italian design houses. Chevrolet engineers were secretly plotting their own revolution behind closed doors. The 1986 Corvette Indy concept didn't just relocate the windshield. It completely reimagined America's sports car by placing a racing-derived engine behind the driver. This wasn't just any engine. It was a monstrous 2.65-liter twin-turbo V8 that generated over 600 horsepower, taken directly from the world of IndyCar racing. Wrapped in a body made from cutting-edge Kevlar and carbon fiber materials, the Indy concept looked like it belonged on a racetrack or in orbit rather than on public roads. The most striking feature was that fighter jet-inspired glass canopy providing unparalleled visibility. Inside, drivers faced a comprehensive digital display system and a specially designed steering wheel with integrated controls, technology that wouldn't become commonplace for decades. Number 7. Oldsmobile Aerotech. While Chevrolet was building a fighter jet for the road, Oldsmobile was quietly engineering something even more extreme. In 1987, they unveiled the Aerotech, a purpose-built speed machine that didn't just break records, it shattered 47 of them. The Aerotech wasn't designed to look pretty in a showroom. This teardrop-shaped missile was engineered for one purpose: pure speed. When legendary driver A.J. Foyt strapped into its minimalist cockpit, he pushed the car to a closed-course record of 257.123 miles per hour, proving this wasn't just another pretty concept car. What made this achievement even more remarkable was the engine. The Aerotech was powered by a modified version of Oldsmobile's Quad 4, a 2.3-liter inline-4 that produced over 1,000 horsepower through turbocharging. Imagine that, a 4-cylinder engine generating supercar power levels in 1987. Number 8. Pontiac Banshee. As impressive as the Aerotech's engine was, another GM division was cooking up a sports car that would never see production. Not because it failed, but because it succeeded too well. The 1988 Pontiac Banshee 4 became the victim of its own excellence, threatening to dethrone the very car GM executives were determined to protect. The Banshee 4 represented a revolutionary departure in American automotive design. Its smooth, rounded forms looked completely alien compared to the angular vehicles populating American roads. The sleek body featured a steeply raked windshield with dramatic wraparound glass, creating a cockpit-like appearance that made production cars look instantly outdated. Under the hood, a 4.0-liter fuel-injected V8 engine with innovative overhead cam cylinder heads integrated directly into the block delivered performance numbers that reportedly had GM's upper management sweating. Why? Those numbers were getting dangerously close to their golden child, the Corvette. The Banshee's influence lived on, however, as its design directly shaped the fourth-generation Firebird that would follow. Sometimes the cars that never make it to production tell us the most about what was happening behind corporate doors. Number 9. Pontiac Stinger. Some concept cars from the 80s predicted the future in unexpected ways. While everyone obsessed over sleek sports cars, Pontiac's designers were quietly creating the spiritual grandfather of today's adventure SUVs. The 1989 Stinger concept wasn't just a car, it was a beach party on wheels. The Stinger's radioactive neon green paint was impossible to ignore, making a bold statement about its purpose. This wasn't another boring attempt at luxury or speed. This was a lifestyle vehicle through and through. What made the Stinger revolutionary was its focus on practical adventure. The water-resistant interior featured fully removable seats you could use as beach chairs. The modular dashboard included a removable AM/FM stereo that doubled as a portable sound system. There was even a built-in cooler and handheld vacuum. Number 10. Aston Martin Bulldog. From practical beach parties to impractical speed demons. What if I told you that in 1980, when most sports cars struggled to hit 160 miles per hour, a traditional British luxury brand created a concept car with over 700 horsepower? The Aston Martin Bulldog wasn't just ambitious. It was borderline absurd in its pursuit of the magical 200 miles per hour barrier. Standing just 43 inches tall, literally counter height, the Bulldog took the popular wedge design philosophy to its extreme conclusion. This wasn't just another sharp-edged concept. It was a rolling geometry experiment that made contemporaries look positively rounded. The most theatrical elements were those massive gull-wing doors that swung skyward to reveal a surprisingly luxurious leather interior. Despite the car's radical exterior, Aston Martin maintained their luxury DNA inside, creating a cabin that blended futuristic digital displays with traditional craftsmanship. Under that knife-edge bodywork lurked a twin-turbocharged 5.3-liter V8 engine. The Bulldog actually came remarkably close to its goal, hitting a verified 192 miles per hour during testing, an astonishing achievement for 1980. Number 11. Buick Quester. Raw power wasn't the only vision of the automotive future, but intelligence was another. What if I told you that 40 years ago, Buick created a car that could recognize you personally? The 1983 Quester concept didn't just look futuristic with its smooth, aerodynamic body. It could actually respond to voice commands and customize itself to different drivers when most cars still had hand-crank windows and manual everything. The Quester's sleek exterior was revolutionary for a brand known for boxy, conservative designs. Those flowing surfaces and flush glass weren't just for show. They significantly reduced drag while giving the car its distinctive spaceship appearance. But the real magic happened inside the cabin. Centered in the dashboard sat a CRT screen displaying vehicle information and system status. Essentially a computer monitor at a time when digital watches were cutting edge. The Quester replaced traditional mirrors with cameras connected to interior monitors, technology that wouldn't reach production vehicles for decades. Number 12. Chrysler Lamborghini Portofino. Corporate mergers usually deliver boring results, but sometimes they create magic. In 1987, the automotive world witnessed something truly extraordinary when Chrysler, after purchasing Lamborghini, unveiled their first collaboration, a four-door supercar with scissor doors on all four corners. This wasn't just some American sedan with Italian badges. The Portofino represented a genuine blend of both worlds, taking a stretched Lamborghini Jalpa chassis and adding practical family functionality without sacrificing exotic appeal. The result looked like nothing else on the road. Its cab-forward design would later transform Chrysler's entire lineup in the 1990s, influencing vehicles like the Dodge Intrepid and Chrysler Concorde. Inside, each passenger enjoyed their own performance bucket seat with proper bolstering for high-speed cornering, a driver-focused environment that didn't forget about the passengers. Number 13. Chevrolet Express. While Chrysler's innovation was focused on passenger comfort, Chevrolet was busy reinventing the very definition of an automobile. In 1987, they unveiled the Express concept, a carbon fiber pod so revolutionary it later appeared in Back to the Future 2 as transportation from the year 2015. The Express abandoned traditional automotive design completely. No hood, no trunk, not even clear boundaries between windows and body panels. Everything merged into one seamless aerodynamic form that looked more like a spacecraft than anything on four wheels. Step inside and you'd find yourself in what felt more like a living room than a car interior. Four individual seats arranged in a social configuration invited conversation rather than the typical forward-facing layout. The dashboard featured multiple configurable screens displaying vehicle information, completely eliminating conventional controls through touch-sensitive interfaces. Number 14. Chevrolet Blazer XT1. If you think modern SUVs with parallel parking assist are impressive, wait until you see what Chevrolet engineered back in 1987. The Blazer XT1 concept didn't just assist with parking, it could actually move sideways like a crab, using four-wheel steering technology that wouldn't become commonplace for decades. What made this concept truly revolutionary wasn't just its ability to slide laterally. The XT1 featured a transformative, retractable roof system that could convert it from enclosed SUV to open-air recreational vehicle depending on your mood or the weather. Most impressive was its sophisticated air suspension system that let drivers adjust the ride height on demand, raising it for rough terrain adventures or lowering it for improved highway aerodynamics. The interior was equally forward-thinking, featuring early LCD screens instead of analog gauges, with integrated terrain management controls that optimized vehicle systems for different driving conditions. Number 15. Dodge M4S Turbo Interceptor. From forward-thinking SUV interiors to Hollywood, that's where we're heading next. The 1984 Dodge M4S Turbo Interceptor didn't just break design boundaries, it broke into show business as the mysterious vehicle in the cult film The Wraith. What's fascinating is that the movie version differed from the original concept, modified specifically for the big screen's demands. Behind that wedge-shaped exterior and fighter jet-inspired design sat something truly revolutionary: a central driver's seat that predated the famous McLaren F1's similar layout. This wasn't just for looks, it provided unmatched visibility and control for the driver. What made gearheads truly respect the M4S was its astonishing performance. Those twin turbochargers helped the modest 2.2-liter engine produce a staggering 440 horsepower, enough to push this American supercar to nearly 195 miles per hour in testing. This wasn't just movie magic. It was Dodge's genuine attempt to create an American rival to European exotics. Number 16. Honda HPX. While Dodge challenged European dominance with raw American power, Honda was quietly plotting a more radical revolution. What if a supercar could deliver neck-snapping performance without the traditional headaches of ownership? The 1984 HPX concept wasn't just another flashy showpiece. It was the blueprint for how Honda would completely rewrite the supercar rulebook. Created through a groundbreaking partnership between Honda and Italian-design powerhouse Pininfarina, hence the Honda Pininfarina experimental name, the HPX approached high performance from an entirely different angle. Instead of focusing solely on wild styling and maximum horsepower figures, Honda's engineers obsessed over creating something previously thought impossible and exotic that wouldn't strand you on the roadside. Number 17. Ford Probe 4. As Honda's supercar ambitions evolved in Japan, Ford was pursuing a completely different kind of automotive breakthrough in America. The 1984 Ford Probe 4 set engineering records that stand to this day with its astonishing 0.152 drag coefficient, a number that makes today's most streamlined production cars look like brick walls by comparison. This wasn't just marginally better than average cars of the time, it was revolutionary. While typical vehicles created substantial turbulence as they pushed through air, the Probe IF's teardrop profile practically disappeared through the atmosphere. Ford's engineers meticulously shaped every surface, eliminating unnecessary protrusions and creating a body that tapered gradually toward the rear to prevent disruptive airflow. Number 18. Mazda MX-02. While Ford focused on slicing through air, Mazda was busy solving a different problem entirely. What if your car could physically grow larger when you needed more space? The 1983 MX-02 wasn't just a styling exercise with fancy gadgets, it was a complete rethinking of what a car's body could actually do. The MX-02's urban-focused design prioritized practicality above all else. Its wedge-shaped profile featured a short hood and expansive greenhouse, providing exceptional visibility for navigating busy city streets. The crisp edges and geometric shapes reflected 1980s design language while serving functional purposes. The most revolutionary aspect was its transformable body that could extend to accommodate more passengers or cargo. This wasn't just a neat trick. It addressed a fundamental urban driving challenge, needing a compact car for parking but a larger one for passengers. Number 19. DeLorean DMC-24. Just as the MX-02 showcased Mazda's innovative approach to urban mobility, another manufacturer was quietly developing something that might have changed automotive history forever. Before financial troubles and legal scandals brought everything crashing down, DeLorean Motor Company was developing a potential company-saving vehicle that few people know about today. The DMC-24 represented a dramatic strategic shift for John DeLorean's fledgling company. This four-door luxury sedan, would have broadened the brand's appeal beyond the niche sports car market, potentially attracting the family-oriented buyers that DeLorean desperately needed to achieve financial stability. Number 20. Peugeot Quasar. The world of 80s concept cars wasn't just about practical futures. Some manufacturers went completely wild. While Giugiaro was crafting the practical luxury of the DMC-24, Peugeot engineers were busy taking their extreme Group B rally technology and creating something utterly insane. The 1984 Peugeot Quasar wasn't just a design exercise. It was rally racing technology in concept form. This mid-engine monster packed a 600-horsepower turbocharged engine straight from Peugeot's dominating 205 T16 rally car, the same car that would go on to conquer the World Rally Championship in 1985 and 1986.